seafood dish, seasoned sea scallops wrapped in prosciutto. This is going to be a delicious treat, perfect for entertaining guests or if you're cooking for yourself. I'm going to give you some great reasons why you should love scallops. They're low in fat and low in calories, but very high in protein. They have a lot of omega-3s, and they're packed with vitamin B12, which is very important for cardiovascular health. I'm using prosciutto today instead of pancetta or bacon because it's actually a leaner cut of pork, and it's going to add just the amount of saltiness that we want in the dish. All the ingredients are so simple. Let's go ahead and get started. In this recipe, I'm using 10 sea scallops, a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of honey, 1 clove of garlic that I've minced, olive oil, salt, pepper, and about 10 slices of prosciutto. The first step is to create the marinade. I'm going to marinate the sea scallops in the refrigerator for about an hour before I wrap them in prosciutto and bake them in the oven. Let's get started on the marinade. The first thing I'm going to do is add about 1/3 of a cup of Tuscan extra virgin olive oil into a large bowl. And now simply add the rest of the ingredients. Starting with the garlic. Well, I'll go ahead and add the garlic. And then we have the honey. And the reason why I'm actually using honey is I think it's going to be a very unique flavor, and it's going to contrast very nicely to the salt from the prosciutto that we're going to add on later. So I'm going to add just about a teaspoon of honey, and you could add a little bit more, but I'm just going to give it that subtle sweetness. And it's going to be really nice and have a nice contrast. And then finally, a little bit of paprika and some onion powder. And now I'm just going to whisk everything all together. The marinade probably looks like it's not going to be that much, but I really just want to get a nice coating on the scallops. So now I'm just going to take the scallops and just place them in the mix. And these are nice big sea scallops. And simply just toss them in the mixture so that they're evenly coated. And they're going to get all coated with all the ingredients, and you see the garlic and the honey leaves that thickness so you really know that they're nice and coated. The scallops are ready to marinate in the refrigerator for about 1 hour before I wrap them with prosciutto and place them in the oven. While the scallops are marinating in the refrigerator, I'm first going to preheat the oven to 375 degrees. I'm now going to be working with the prosciutto. In this recipe, I selected Prosciutto di Parma, which is actually a region in central Italy. And this prosciutto is salted and cured. And what I'm actually going to do is take the prosciutto, which is very thinly sliced. So we're just going to fold it into a more manageable size so that it fits the scallop nicely. So I'm going to do that with all 10 pieces of prosciutto. And then we'll be ready to take the scallops out of the refrigerator. The scallops are out of the refrigerator, and now it's time to wrap them in the prosciutto. What I'm going to do first is just simply take some pepper and grate it right onto the prosciutto. It's going to give it a nice peppery taste, and it's going to contrast very nicely. I'm not going to add any salt because the prosciutto has been salt cured. And the honey with the salt and the prosciutto is going to add a very nice dimension to the dish. So let's go ahead and start wrapping. Now I'm just going to take one of the scallops and one of the pieces of prosciutto that's peppered and just simply place it right over the scallop. And just fold it like so. And place this right into the baking dish which I've actually just sprayed with a little bit of cooking spray. I'm just going to continue the process with the rest of the scallops. And the reason why I'm actually putting the prosciutto over the scallop is I think that it's actually going to give the scallop more of that saltier taste, which is going to make that nice contrast instead of around the sides. So just keep doing that for the rest of the scallops. The scallops are all set, and now I'm just going to bake them in the 375-degree oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. During the last 5 minutes, I'm going to increase the oven temperature to 500 degrees so that the pieces of prosciutto get that nice crispiness. Let me go ahead and place them in the oven, and we'll check on them in a little bit. I just removed the scallops from the oven and they look perfect. The edges of the prosciutto are nice and crispy, and as you can see from the color of the actual scallops, they're nice and opaque, which means that they're cooked through. That last minute, I blasted them on 500-degree heat, which helped to really give the prosciutto those crispy edges. I'm going to place this on a serving dish and get ready to try it. Now it's time for my favorite part. I get to try the seasoned sea scallops with prosciutto. And I'm going to go ahead and take this one right here. Oh, smells coming out of this dish are incredible. The garlic, the honey, everything looks great. And go ahead and cut right into it. Yup, cooked to perfection. The inside looks nice and moist, and the prosciutto looks nice and crispy. Let me go ahead and try it. Mmm. Wow. Unbelievable. The sea scallop melts in your mouth, but the prosciutto adds a nice crispy dimension to it. You also have the saltiness from the prosciutto and the sweetness from the honey marinade. Fantastic dish. I know that once your guests try them, they're sure to come back for more. Thanks so much for joining me on Running the Kitchen. I'm Johnny McCarroll. 1, 2, 3, 4.
My bed and a pillow for my head. I got a pencil full of lead and some